Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Polo G. Now, it seems like Polo G done caught the attention of some people from his hometown of Chicago. Because there's a guy on social media that's claiming Polo G is all cap. He's saying Polo G really ain't about that life. He really ain't from the neighborhoods and stuff that he's claiming. And basically that it's all a front, man. It's all made up for the music industry. And we've seen and we've heard this before, man. This has been a narrative on certain rappers in different times and different time periods, man. Because in hip hop, we have a culture of people always wanting to keep it real. Always want to be the hardest dude from the streets and all this. So, man, sometimes those things backfire if people find out that they're not true. Now, I'm not sure if anything this dude says is actual factual, but he definitely showed a picture of a younger Polo G and a younger version of himself, and they were definitely in some uniforms. Now, before we get to the specifics and really break down if this even matters at all, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, first things first, I'm going to have to say this. Just because somebody went to private school, they don't lose any credit for me, man. That's ridiculous. Like, we really got to take a look at our standards here and what really keeping it real is and all this other stuff, right? Because to be for real, Polo G and his parents being able to afford him going to private school and all that is a good thing, man. So if this is true, and it does look like it's true, I'm not saying it is. Anybody could doctor some pictures or make something up. But man, obviously they had money to do so. And even in some cases, let's keep it real, man. They might really be from the hood and they family trying to put it together. You know what I mean? So man, I don't think this is any problem. I don't have any problem with this. I don't think that's a bad thing. Who cares? Like at the end of the day, who really cares? And setting limits like that is going to keep you in a perpetual cycle of doing stupid stuff just to gain credibility from your peers. You know what I mean? Now, this dude went on social media, and let me break the story down. So it's circulating that Polo G really went to private school. He's not about that life and all that, right? So you had this dude in this video clip right here, and there's certain portions that I got to cut out. If you want to look at the whole video, I'll say this. Go to Say Cheese's post on it, and maybe I'll leave it in the comments. And you'll see it on social media where Say Cheese posted it on social media where you see the comparison, you see the video, you see everything. Because, dude, he has a whole bunch of music playing in the background as well. That's not YouTube friendly. You know what I mean? I don't have a license to that, so I can't play it. But I can tell you, it does look like Polo G. And obviously, him and that guy went to school together a long time ago. But we don't know what's happened since then, except for the fact that Polo G has blown up to be one of the hottest rappers in the rap game. So, I mean, is this coming from a place of envy? Maybe. Is this coming from a place of, just wanting to expose him and let it be known that he isn't what he's talking? Okay, I could take that, right? But there's a lot of rappers in this rap game who play into what they say too much. Like, just because you say that you had to shoot somebody on a record doesn't mean you really have to do it. And for some reason, the audience now, that's what they like, man. And those are the rappers who are blown up, man. The rappers who people, quote unquote, believe or know are really about that life, man. So it's a double-edged sword because I enjoy that music as well. But I don't think we should be knocking people for having advantages, man. Having advantages is great, man, especially when you come from Polo G's community, man. You come from his city. You come from Chicago. If he was blessed to have some advantages, man, I'm guarantee you most of the people who are born without advantages would take that instead. You know what I mean? Now, I got to be fair as well. So let's look at the other side of the argument. Let's say Polo G, he does rap some stuff that's talking about some real deal streets, real deal pistol toting type stuff, man. He talks about a lot of braggadocious stuff, but he's not as heavy on that as other people, man. He really doesn't talk about the street stuff as much, especially if you listen to Hall of Fame. Like Hall of Fame, he talks about different types of subject matter. And anybody, let's be real, man. Anybody with a pair of eyes can see that Polo G inside, or I don't know, man. I don't know him personally, but my initial look at Polo G, I see a good kid, man. I see Polo G, I see somebody who's not really a troublemaker, who isn't going to shoot the place up. He just doesn't have that aura, that type of demeanor, man. So, I mean, you can go and say that, all right, since he's that type of person, really, he shouldn't be talking gangster. He shouldn't be spraying gangster lyrics because he really ain't about that. But man, are you gonna hold that same standard to everybody in all forms and shapes of music? Because you would be amazed, man. A lot of the rappers from the 90s, the golden era of hip hop and stuff like that, a lot of those dudes, man, were never about that, man. They were artists who told a story and painted a narrative, man. Now, with that, this seemed like a rant. I know I talked about Polo G and, try to cut. It seems like I'm defending him a little bit, but I don't like that narrative, man. I have an issue with the narrative because I believe just because he went to private school, that doesn't take away from any of his credibility as a rapper. And I still don't know what he did in the streets, if that makes any sense. Now, with that, hold up. What do you guys think about this, man? Do you think that if you ain't about that life, you ain't from them streets, and you ain't about that, you shouldn't be rapping that? Or do you feel that as a hip hop artist, you're an artist, man? You're allowed to rap and talk about whatever you want, just as long as it sounds good and it's appealing to your audience, right? Or is it possible you could be from one place and still go to private school and have certain advantages and still be really from them streets? Now with that, y'all tell me what you think, man. Is that possible? Or is this all faking and flogging and we really only want the real talking that real? Now with that, this been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.